Welcome to today's episode. In this podcast, we dive into money. Master the Game by Tony Robbins, a powerful guide that reveals how anyone can take control of their financial future. From proven strategies of world-class investors to practical steps you can apply today, this episode will help you unlock real wealth, confidence, and financial freedom. Tony Robbins introduces the world of money as a dangerous, confusing jungle, a place filled with traps, hidden risks, and powerful institutions that often exploit people's lack of financial knowledge. Robbins explains that most people struggle financially, not because they are lazy, but because the financial system was never designed to make wealth simple or transparent. Banks, brokers, and Wall Street firms benefit when people stay uninformed. Robbins emphasizes that the first step toward financial freedom is awareness. You must understand the reality of how the financial world works instead of relying blindly on advisors, institutions, or luck. He argues that the average person is at a disadvantage because financial education is rarely taught in schools, leaving people vulnerable to fees, hidden costs, and poor investment decisions. He also explains that the financial industry often uses complex language and intimidating terminology to maintain control. Words like alpha, beta, hedge, and derivative can scare people away, causing them to avoid learning about money altogether. Robbins insists that you don't need to become a financial expert to build wealth. You just need to learn the fundamental rules. A key message is that you must take responsibility for your financial future. No one will care about your money more than you. Wealth is not created by chance. It is created by making clear decisions, following proven principles, and taking consistent action. Robbins introduces the concept of becoming an insider, someone who understands how the system really works. He encourages readers to adopt the mindset of an investor rather than a consumer, to focus on long-term strategies instead of emotional reactions, and to stop believing the myth that only the wealthy can invest successfully. Anyone can master money regardless of their current income, age, or background. The journey starts with a simple decision: the decision to learn. Robbins believes that clarity is power, and once you understand the financial landscape, you can navigate the jungle with confidence instead of fear. Tony Robbins explains that the financial world is like a complicated game, one that most people enter without understanding the rules. He argues that the biggest advantage you can give yourself is to become an insider, someone who knows how the system truly works, rather than relying on luck, guesswork, or blind trust. Robbins reveals that many financial institutions operate with their own interests in mind, not yours. Fees, hidden charges, and unclear investment structures often drain people's wealth without them realizing it. This is why he stresses the importance of educating yourself so that you don't unknowingly play a losing game. He emphasizes that successful investors don't rely on hope or emotion. They rely on knowledge, strategy, and discipline. Before investing, you must understand the basics: how markets work, how compound interest grows your wealth, how fees quietly reduce returns, how risk and volatility affect long-term results, how to protect yourself from common financial traps. Robbins encourages readers to question everything. Don't accept advice simply because someone seems confident or works in finance. Instead, learn enough to evaluate financial products, advisors, and investment strategies on your own terms. The real power is in becoming a smart, informed participant. Knowing the rules gives you clarity and confidence. You stop reacting emotionally to the market and start making decisions based on long-term principles rather than short-term noise. Tony Robbins explains that most people fail financially, not because their dreams are impossible, but because they never define the real price of those dreams. The key to winning the financial game is to make it clear, simple, and winnable. 1. Define what you truly want. Robbins says the first step is to get absolute clarity about your ideal lifestyle. Instead of vague goals like, I want to be rich, you must identify exactly what a rich or comfortable life looks like for you. He encourages breaking dreams into real, measurable categories: housing, travel, freedom, security, investments, and lifestyle choices, so you can calculate what they truly cost. 2. Create your personal dream budget. Once you know what you want, you must quantify it. Robbins guides you to create a dream budget, calculating how much money you need yearly to maintain your current lifestyle, upgrade your lifestyle, and live your ultimate dream lifestyle. This transforms abstract dreams into real, achievable targets. 3. Use the power of numbers to make dreams real. Robbins teaches that when you attach real numbers to your dreams, the impossible becomes possible. For example, you may believe financial freedom requires millions, but after calculating, you may find you need far less than you assumed. He emphasizes that clarity reduces fear and unlocks motivation. Once you know the exact amount needed, you can work backwards and create a reliable plan to achieve it. 4. Reduce the price without sacrificing quality. By using smart financial strategies like tax-efficient investing, low-fee index funds, or smarter spending, you can dramatically lower the cost of the same dream lifestyle. Robbins calls this lowering the bar but keeping the dream. Create a winnable game. The problem for most people is not lack of ambition. It's that their financial goals feel unrealistic or overwhelming. Robbins shows that when you break your dream into achievable financial targets and measurable numbers, the game becomes winnable. He encourages setting milestones such as financial security, financial vitality, financial freedom, absolute financial independence, and financial abundance. Reaching these levels step by step builds confidence and momentum. 6. Progress creates happiness. Robbins emphasizes that success and fulfillment come from progress, not perfection. When you see that your dreams have a real, reachable price, you feel empowered. The moment you turn dreams into numbers and numbers into a plan, you take control of your financial destiny. Tony Robbins explains that the single most important investment decision you will ever make is determining how to allocate your assets. He emphasizes that what you invest in matters far less than how you divide your money across different asset classes. Robbins calls asset allocation the core foundation of long-term financial security. He explains that the biggest mistake most investors make is putting too much money into one type of investment, like stocks, real estate, or bonds. This lack of diversification leaves them vulnerable to market crashes and unexpected economic shifts. The goal isn't to predict the future, but to prepare for anything by spreading risk intelligently. Robbins highlights insights from the world's top financial minds, who all agree that proper diversification protects your portfolio while maximizing growth. By balancing different kinds of assets, such as stocks, bonds, real estate, and alternative investments, you create a more stable financial future. Instead of chasing trends or reacting emotionally to market changes, you build a portfolio designed to withstand volatility. He also stresses the importance of understanding your risk tolerance. Every investor must decide how much risk they can psychologically and financially handle. A well-designed asset allocation strategy not only grows your wealth, but also helps you stay calm during market downturns. Another key lesson Robbins shares is the concept of a risk parity approach, where your investments are allocated based on risk, not just dollars. This prevents one asset class from dominating your portfolio and reduces the impact of large market swings. Robbins encourages readers to automate their investments, review their allocation regularly, and rebalance their portfolio to stay aligned with long-term goals. This ensures consistent growth and protects you from emotional decisions that can sabotage your financial success. Tony Robbins focuses on how to generate long-term financial security while minimizing risk. He explains that the goal is to create a lifetime income plan, an investment strategy that provides consistent returns without exposing your capital to unnecessary danger. Prioritize investments that safeguard your money from significant losses while still offering growth potential. Spread your assets across multiple types of investments to reduce risk and smooth returns. Build investments that provide reliable long-term cash flow, such as dividends, interest, or annuities. Ensure your income strategy can sustain you throughout retirement and unexpected life events. Aim for growth without exposing yourself to extreme volatility or speculative investments. Seek professional advice, but always understand the principles behind your investments and avoid hidden fees. Robbins emphasizes that a well-structured lifetime income plan eliminates fear and uncertainty, allowing you to enjoy financial freedom and focus on living a fulfilling life. By planning strategically and protecting your capital, you can secure both stability and opportunities for growth. Tony Robbins pulls back the curtain on how the world's wealthiest investors build, protect, and multiply their fortunes. He explains that their success isn't based on luck or secret access, but on disciplined strategies that anyone can learn and apply. Robbins reveals that billionaires think differently. They don't chase hot stocks or gamble with their money. Instead, they follow timeless principles that minimize risk while creating steady, predictable growth. Billionaires spend years modeling strategies from legendary investors. Robbins insists that the fastest way to succeed is to learn from those who have already achieved extraordinary results. Wealthy investors know that how you allocate your money across stocks, bonds, real assets, and alternative investments matters more than choosing the perfect investment. Billionaires never ignore fees and taxes. They understand that even small percentages quietly destroy wealth over time, so they structure their portfolios to keep more of what they earn. Instead of reacting to daily market noise, take a calm, long-term approach. Patience and discipline allow them to ride out volatility and capitalize on opportunities. They use strategies that cap the downside while keeping the upside open, so even during financial crises, their wealth remains protected. Billionaires regularly review, rebalance, and refine their portfolios based on clear goals and risk levels. If you adopt their mindset, discipline, diversification, and long-term thinking, you can build lasting wealth and create financial security that grows year after year. Financial freedom means nothing unless you take action, enjoy the process, and use your success to uplift others. Knowledge alone doesn't create change, action does. The biggest barrier to financial success isn't the markets, the economy, or lack of opportunity. It's hesitation. People often wait for the perfect moment to invest or take the next step, but that moment never arrives. Robbins encourages readers to stop overthinking and start now, even if the first steps are small. He also emphasizes the importance of enjoying the journey, not just the destination. Wealth isn't only about money, it's about living with purpose, meaning, and fulfillment. Financial freedom should enhance your life, reduce stress, and create space for joy, experiences, and personal growth. Robbins argues that true wealth is incomplete without generosity. Sharing your resources, whether time, money, or knowledge, creates lasting fulfillment. He introduces the idea of becoming a giver as a core part of the wealth mindset. According to him, giving doesn't require being rich. It begins with small, consistent acts of kindness. Finally, Robbins urges readers to continue learning, stay disciplined, and stick to the strategies they've built throughout the book. With action, consistency, and contribution, anyone can create not only financial freedom, but a life that feels rich on every level. Thanks for listening to today's episode. Remember, financial freedom isn't just a dream, it's a decision. Every small step towards smarter investing, disciplined planning, and long-term thinking brings you closer to the life you want. Subscribe now so you never miss the next tips and strategies that can truly transform your financial future. Stay focused, stay disciplined, and keep growing.